is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. I am JD from New York, and I'm bringing you the latest in WWE news and rumors. The rebel group known as Retribution has WWE already canceled the group on Friday night. That seems to be the case. Retribution will no longer appear on Friday Night SmackDown. Now, over the last few weeks, Retribution has created chaos, if you want to call it that, in WWE, on WWE television, appearing on both Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. However, this will now stop, at least on SmackDown. John Pollock of Post Wrestling reports that Retribution is expected to only appear on Monday Night Raw moving forward. Thus, they will be exclusive to Raw and will not be creating chaos on Friday Night SmackDown. Just on Monday's episode of Raw, the group appeared around ringside during the match between the Street Profits, Angel Garza, and Andrade. When the attack broke out, Garza and Demi Burnett, the Bachelorette, took off to the back to avoid being attacked, while the group went after everyone who was around ringside, including Zelina Vega. Fans were quick to pick up on the identities of two of the women superstars on Monday Night Raw in the Retribution faction, one being Mia Yim, who we've discussed already being under the mask for a couple of weeks now. She's been going through her own struggles in NXT. Why she would be a part of Retribution, nobody knows. But the other woman on Monday Night Raw in the Retribution angle was Mercedes Martinez, and she right now is currently a part of NXT and in a feud with Rhea Ripley. Now, it should be noted that Retribution did not show up on the Go Home show on Friday Night SmackDown. They did not show up on the pay-per-view Sunday night at Payback. And Dominic Dijakovic, who everybody is associating with Retribution as being the leader, he tweeted out right before Payback that they would be at Payback, or some cryptic numbers he tweeted out, which spelled out Sunday when it was actually decoded by fans on social media. But like I said, they did not show up on Sunday night at the pay-per-view. Now, with the group no longer being allowed on SmackDown, this rules out the speculation that a lot of people in the community had that Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman would be a part of Retribution. It now looks like that is debunked, and that rumor is going to stay a rumor. Now, I don't really understand why you're taking them off SmackDown. They originated on SmackDown. You took them off of SmackDown. That was the first brand that they attacked. Now you're automatically erasing all SmackDown and Retribution references. Why? What do they want with Monday Night Raw? I have no earthly idea what they want with Monday Night Raw. I don't know where this is going. WWE, again, I say it every fucking time I talk about these guys, WWE doesn't even know what they want to do with this group. So what are they doing? They're taking Friday off? Are they going to the fucking club? Are they going out to dinner? Why are you causing chaos in WWE but keeping it on Monday Night Raw exclusively? What's wrong with Friday? Did you get SmackDowned out? Are you just in a state where you're just sick of SmackDown? So am I. So why are you on one brand and not the other? The constant changing of the plans here goes to show you that not even WWE knows what they're doing or who is even a part of this group. It just sounds ridiculous to take them off of Friday and keep them on Monday exclusively. I don't really understand that. If you're going to cause chaos in WWE, I think the logical thing to do here is cause chaos in all of WWE, not just on one brand. Again, I don't know what they have to do with Monday Night Raw, why they're targeting Monday Night Raw, why they targeted who they targeted. I don't know. I don't think anybody knows either, including WWE. So this is a situation that is developing week by week, and I will keep you guys updated. But Retribution, as far as this story goes, will no longer be associated with Friday nights. I wish I could say the same thing. Now, if you guys watched NXT on Tuesday night, they called it Super Tuesday. and it was anything but super. It was Tuesday disappointment in my household because I watched this show with excitement, and then at the end of it, I was never more disappointed in NXT than I currently am right now. Super Tuesday led to disappointment everywhere with fans on social media. They had a fatal four-way, 60-minute Iron Man match between four of the very best that this company has employed. Adam Cole, Finn Balor, Johnny Gargano, and Tommaso Ciampa. This was for the vacated NXT Championship that was left vacant because of Karrion Kross. He got injured at TakeOver 30, separated his shoulder in his title win over Keith Lee at the pay-per-view. We come to Tuesday. 60 minutes. You figured WWE's gonna give you all this time to crown a new NXT champion, and they did not. And they did not. The match went to sudden death. Now, we are looking at next week. Adam Cole and Finn Balor had the same amount of pinfalls at the end of 60 minutes. They did not crown a new champion. And now we are getting Adam Cole versus Finn Balor for the NXT Championship next week on night 2 of Super Tuesday. Disappointment, folks. WrestleVotes says this on Twitter. The two ideas for the finish of the Iron Man match were either A, Pat McAfee costing Adam Cole the match, which I don't know how that would have made sense, or the match ending after 60 minutes tied and starting the sudden death overtime next week as the show comes on the air. End quote. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Pat McAfee come out and say he was done as an in-ring performer and that he wouldn't have anything to do with NXT at this current time unless they came up with something for him? So why would he even be in the plans as far as a finish to this match? That goes to show you that NXT is quickly adopting the main roster mentality. Now, I don't know what they were doing here with this outcome. I don't know what they were thinking. You're gonna have the fucking geeks on social media. Oh, well, it's episodic television. They need to hook you for the next week. Imagine investing 60 fucking minutes and WWE coming out and saying, hey, we're doing this 60-minute Iron Man match, Fatal 4-Way, where we're gonna crown a new NXT champion. And you don't get an NXT champion, and you have to wait another week to crown an NXT champion. I know I would be pissed. I know everybody who watched the show was pissed. And I know that my old NXT would have never made this blunder as far as this creative decision goes. This is not my NXT. I want my fucking old NXT back. I don't know what the fuck this shit is. Super Tuesday, Super Wednesday, whatever the fuck they're doing over here. Nothing more than a goddamn gimmick. They want to pop a big rating for next week because they're unopposed, and that's exactly what they want to do. It's all for the ratings, but it's not for creative anymore, and it's not for long-term in NXT anymore. Now, I don't understand why Pat McAfee was going to be involved in this ending. It doesn't make sense. I don't know why you would have the match end sudden death and then pick it up next week. I think that would have pissed people off even more. Two shit creative decisions made by WWE that I'm glad that they didn't go with. I didn't even want to see the fucking outcome that they gave you on Tuesday night. Here's a fucking outcome for you that should have been the goddamn outcome. Crown a new NXT champion. I got 4 fucking outcomes for you. Adam Cole win. Finn Balor win. Johnny Gargano win. Tommaso Ciampa win. Settled. Very simple, Triple H. Very simple, dog. What happened? Fucking ridiculous, man. This is not my NXT. Imagine investing 60 minutes into this fucking show and then not getting a payoff. 60 minutes. When the fuck do you see a 60-minute match on television? You want to have people sit in front of their TV and watch one match for 60 minutes and then not give me a winner? Unbelievable. Now, we're getting the match next week. Super Tuesday Night number 2. It's all for the ratings. It's all for the ratings. They want to beat AEW so badly in the ratings, no matter what. No matter if they're on a fucking different night, if they're on the same night, it's all for the ratings. It's all for USA Network. Now, what is going to happen next week? Super Tuesday Night 2. WrestleVotes tweeted out again on Wednesday morning that NXT might be looking for a new home, that they're contemplating moving NXT to Tuesday nights permanently. He says this on social media. Over the past month or so, discussions have transpired regarding NXT moving off of Wednesday nights. No decision is imminent. However, talks are ongoing. The numbers over the next 2 weeks might have some impact on this decision. Good. I'm glad that this is being discussed. Fuck this imaginary war on Wednesday nights. They know better than anybody that the only reason why they beat AEW when they did was because of gimmick after gimmick after gimmick, short-term booking with no fucking long-term plan, or using main roster superstars on your show to give you an unfair advantage over the other guys. I am sick of this imaginary war. I'm glad this is being discussed. And to be perfectly honest with you guys, it's a lot easier for me if NXT moves on. I think it's a lot easier for everybody in the community that does what I do. If NXT moved to its own night, leaving AEW all by itself. Who's going to make that decision? Who's going to make that decision? It's going to be Vince McMahon. Is Vince McMahon going to make the logical decision for NXT's growth? Or is he going to put NXT in the line of fire, continue to keep NXT in the line of fire, and have their asses handed to them every single Wednesday night, just at the opportunity, at the thought, to take away from AEW's overall audience? Why would Vince McMahon leave AEW unopposed when he can tap into that rating and really hurt them week over week? That's the thing that we need to ask ourselves. Is Vince going to make this decision? I don't think so. I know it's the right decision to move NXT to Tuesday night. In fact, that's the proper way that you're going to grow the brand. More eyes will be on NXT. They'll have nothing as far as competition goes with another wrestling promotion. Why do you want to cut your audience 30% by going on the same time slot and the same night as AEW? Now, granted, I'm no fool. NXT was always on Wednesday night, but the reason why they were moved to the USA Network anyway was for AEW. It was a grand scheme in the AEW effect. Even furthermore, Vince wanted to tap into AEW's audience because he doesn't want them on a night unopposed, because if they continue to get attention and traction, then that show over time, it's not going to happen immediately, but that show is going to inch closer and closer and closer and closer to the rating that Monday Night Raw does and the rating that SmackDown does on Friday night, and Vince doesn't want that. The true growth of NXT is going to come when it's on a night all by itself. Then you will see the true audience continue to show up every week. Then more eyes will be on the product when they don't have another show, a much better show to keep themselves occupied. You're going to get a truer number if they're on their own nights. It really, really, really is the best decision for NXT at this point. I think this is the best move possible for them to move to Tuesday night on their own. I don't see it happening. Perfectly honest with you, I don't see it happening. If it does happen, it's not going to happen until the new year. I don't see this happening immediately. I don't know how long that USA contract is for NXT. But if this is the move that is being discussed right now, this is the one move for the true growth of NXT that would be best over any other decision that they could possibly make for the brand. So, as you guys seen on Monday night, the WWE broke up the idiotics, the moronics, the stuponics, the get off my TV, I'm gonna watch Guy Fieri eat a fucking hamburger in Boulder, Colorado, Onyx. Thank Christ. Peyton Royce and Billie Kay are no more. The greatest creative decision that WWE made all year was to break these two up. I love it. I love it. I couldn't wait to see all the fucking people crying on social media, man. Your tears quench my thirst. I love it. Now, it was first reported by Dave Meltzer a couple of weeks back that Vince McMahon mentioned in a meeting in late July that he sees Bianca Belair, who we haven't seen on television. I don't know where the fuck she is. Maybe Titus is holding her captive. I don't know. And Peyton Royce as big single stars in the women's division. This was confirmed via Mike Johnson, a PW insider. He said, and I quote, "I was told by several people that Peyton Royce is earmarked for a singles push, and they've decided that they wanted to push her, and this is not a case of Billie Kay leaving the company or anything like that." He goes on to continue and say, and I quote, "I was told that it's just them wanting to push Peyton Royce and try to go in a different direction with her. Yes, I hope it's a little bit more serious, and she sheds this horrible, comedic, iconic gimmick. It was not funny, it was not entertaining, and the sad thing is you got grown men in the podcasting community crying over the fact that these two women are no longer a tag team, acting as if this is some big deal that WWE broke them up. I had people telling me that other podcasters in the community were taking this iconic breakup of this tag team as if it was the breakup of Demolition, or the breakup of the Hart Foundation, or the breakup of the Rockers. Are you fucking serious? They were some of the worst, some of the most nauseating television moments on Monday and Friday night. So I'm glad that this is actually happening. Now, as you notice, Billie Kay, he goes on to say, Mike Johnson, Billie Kay kind of got wiped out on Raw Underground. So my guess is perhaps they are going to take her off of TV good, or put her back in NXT and actually have her learn to wrestle because she sucks. She is so garbage. Or put her on SmackDown or somewhere else. I said it on the Raw review on Monday. The draft is coming up. There's a big draft rumored to be happening in late September, early October. I could see Billie Kay going to SmackDown, God forbid. Peyton Royce staying on Monday Night Raw, or vice versa. I love the breakup, but then you got to think of the negatives about this decision. Now, instead of getting one segment during the week, we're going to get two IIconics segments during the week. Billie Kay on one show and Peyton Royce on the other. But Peyton Royce, hopefully she gets a situation where she just, like I said, sheds this iconic gimmick. And Mike Johnson says, I'm told that the reason that this happened was not some immediate punishment or immediate issue with Billie Kay. This decision was made about Peyton Royce, and they want to push her going further into the future, and this was their means to an end, end quote. Whatever the case may be, I know Peyton Royce has the ability to be something more. I honestly think at the end of the day, in all seriousness, I honestly think Billie Kay was holding Peyton Royce back. So this is a good decision. If you can get another legit superstar in that women's division and really give someone else an opportunity, I'm glad they're going with Peyton over Billie Kay. Now, Peyton Royce actually took to Instagram and posted a heartfelt message to Billie Kay after their split this week on Monday Night Raw. She says, and I quote on Instagram, probably somewhat serious, probably playing into the storyline as well. 24 hours removed from this moment, and it's been a rough day, says Peyton Royce. I'm emotionally exhausted. I'm so sad, but I realize there's a silver lining. I believe everything happens as it is supposed to. Billie Kay and I have been the eyes in the back of each other's head for 5+ years. It's time for us to make some growth as individuals. I know we can do this. It just sucks I won't have her by my side through all of it. Thank you for bringing me so much happiness, adventure, and fun. You are one in a million, and you are so incredibly talented. The whole world knows it. End quote. I don't know anything. I don't want to know anything. I refuse to know anything when it comes to Billie Kay. Goodbye, good night, good riddance, back to NXT. I won't even want her on Tuesday or Wednesday night, please. I mean, just get rid of her. Seriously. NXT's probably the best move for her. She really needs to know how to wrestle. Some geeks were trying to convince me that she's wrestling and she's a very good wrestler. She knows what she's doing. Meanwhile, I haven't seen it. I don't give a fuck what role she's playing, what type of comedy wrestler she's supposed to be. I don't really give a shit. But I'm glad WWE is focusing on the true talent here in the IIconics duo. Peyton Royce certainly deserves it more than Billie Kay. We'll see what happens from this decision. We'll see how it materializes. I don't really know yet. Maybe they give Peyton Royce the old gimmick that she had back in NXT. I was not as hard on them in NXT, and I really want the women's division to flourish, and I hope we get back to that on Monday or Friday night. But it looks to be Billie Kay and Peyton Royce broken up, and Peyton Royce is actually giving you a glimpse into the future that they're going to be on separate brands. I don't know why they're playing up the fact that they're no longer friends. It's almost as if they are not allowed to know each other anymore, the way that they're speaking about this, but it is what it is. I will keep you guys posted, and I guess we'll see sooner rather than later what Peyton Royce has in store for all of us as a singles competitor on Monday or Friday night. And finally, guys, I got a big update on the injury timeline of Rey Mysterio, when he will return from injury. The injury that he suffered at Payback in that tag team match with Dominic against Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy. WWE announced on Monday evening that Rey Mysterio suffered a torn triceps while working a tag team match at Payback against the Greater Good. This isn't a full-blown injury storyline, but rather a legitimate injury, although it's not as serious as a full tear. Because it's not a full tear, he's only expected to be out of action for 2 months, if not less, and will be going to rehab to recover from it. Thus, he will not need surgery, which would have put him on the shelf between 6 and 8 months. Dave Meltzer says this on The Observer Live about this Rey Mysterio injury, and I quote, "If he had a full tear, he would need surgery. He would be out for 8 months. I hear 2 months or less. So it's a real injury, not a good time, but it's a lot better than 6 to 8 months to be out, especially right now. He's a real focal part of the show, and he's in a real key angle on Monday night," end quote. Now, there's no word on if Rey Mysterio is going to continue to be on television with Dominic. I would assume so. I feel like Dominic, in the early baby steps of his career, would benefit from Rey being in his corner. And you know that the storyline with Rollins really isn't completed just yet. Yes, they do have a tag team victory over the Greater Good, but the big victory that we all need to see is Rey Mysterio get the one over on Seth Rollins. I don't know if that's going to be in the plans. I don't know if or when that's coming. But as far as Rey Mysterio being on television, I think it would do Dominic very good for Rey to be in his corner on Monday night. And it gives us a sense of taking Dominic a little bit more seriously when Rey is out there with him. Thank you guys so very much for this Off the Script Extra, man. If you enjoyed it, hit that thumbs up. If you enjoyed it, hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for notifications. If you missed any of the other content I have posted on the channel, links are down below in the description of this very video. And follow me on social media at JD from NY206. That is on Twitter and Instagram. I'll see you guys this weekend, man. Another big weekend coming up. AEW All Out, the biggest pay-per-view for All Elite Wrestling all year. I will be here to cover it all on Off the Script. Again, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, and I'll see you right back here this weekend for all the coverage surrounding All Out. See you guys later.